Hello, my good and faithful friends. This is Buck Small Engine DIY on YouTube. Looking here today at this CRAFTSMAN T100. This is identical to this lawn tractor. Some Troy belts. Maybe they even have them branded in other ways, and they're all identical. The problem with this is that it appears the starter doesn't have enough muscle to actually crank the engine to get it to start, so it won't start. You turn the key, the starter tries to engage, tries to spin the engine, nothing. And I know what you're thinking, right? You're thinking, what kind of engines it got? Has it got that Briggs Intek? Let's take a look. Oh, indeed it does. And you know about these. They're famous for the camshaft. The compression release mechanism on the camshaft's busted. It's not working anymore. You got to pull the engine, open it up, replace the camshaft. But before we jump the gun and get too carried away, there may be other things that are causing this engine not to start. Let me get in the driver's seat and we'll see what happens. All right. Choke. Brake pedal down. Turn key. You can hear the solenoid click at the base of the carburetor. Let's see what happens. That's it. It just can't do it. Trying to turn it. I don't think it's a starter. And you know what? I don't think it's the compression release either. I think this thing might be hydrolocked. Let's check the oil. It's wet all the way up to here. It's supposed to be down here. Let's wipe it off and do it again. You see that? It's wet all the way up to here. Smell it? My sniffer doesn't work very good. But you know what I think? Our crankcase has been flooded with gasoline. And that's why the starter doesn't have muscle to turn this engine. The thing's locked up from all of that gasoline that's flooded the cylinder and the crankcase. And it just can't turn past that. Why does that happen? That's a carburetor problem. The needle and seat has failed in the carburetor. This is a gravity-fed fuel system. There's no shut-off valve, so if the needle and seat in the carburetor fails, it can just gas can flow through the carburetor, through the intake, into the combustion chamber, down into the crankcase, past the piston and rings, and so the issue is we got a failed needle and seat in the carburetor. Hey, I like that better than having to tear this thing apart to replace the compression release, so we'll count our blessings. Alright, so what's the solution to our dilemma? Well, obviously we got to drain the oil gas mixture out of the engine. So doing an oil change. Looks like you could use a new air filter. Pretty dusty. And we've got to resolve the needle and seat issue in this carburetor, and I will probably do that by simply replacing the carburetor. This has got the Nicky, which is, I don't like these at all. We can replace it with a Walbro equivalent, which would be better, even if it's an aftermarket, maybe HIPAA carburetor. I'll use the engine type and code listed here on the valve cover to find the right carburetor. I'm not going to try to take that guy apart and fix the needle and seat. It's just easier and faster to buy a replacement and put it up there. Pull the spark plug out. We'll have to crank the engine over with the spark plug removed to shoot any remaining gas out of the combustion chamber, but shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, I took the engine cover off. I needed to do that to get to the carburetor, but right now we're going to use my Vevor extraction pump here just to drain the oil gas mixture through the dipstick tube. It's got a drain plug here for the oil, but cracking that open is going to make a huge mess. So let's do this. Yay! I love this thing. All right, we're going to pull this spark plug. This looks to be an RC12YC Champion. Oh, I see gas dripping out. Oh, can you believe that? I told you this thing was hydrolocked. All right, I guess I better get a rag. All right, I've got this towel down. I'm going to briefly crank over the engine with the spark plug removed, just so that it can expel whatever fuel is remaining in there. I had drained the oil, but there's enough residual lubrication in there. We'll be okay for just to crank it real briefly. All right, that's good. We can add oil, we can put in a new spark plug. You know, blow some air in that spark plug hole to dry it out a little bit more. Not a big deal. And then we'll talk about this carburetor. I misspoke about the spark plug. It's actually a Champion XC92YC. This exhaust pipe is in my way. All right. It's a left-handed ratchet. All right, that's nice. This thing's really dusty. All right, that's fabulous. The oil capacity for this engine is 48 ounces. That's a quart and a half. I'll probably add a little less than that because you never get it all out when you drain it or pump it out. All right, so with the oil drained and changed and the spark plug removed and we dried out the combustion chamber, let's see now if the engine will crank. The starter motor has the muscle to do so. The engine may actually start with the fuel that's residual fuel in the carburetor bowl, but I have disconnected the fuel line, so it's not going to run long. And mostly I just want to see if it has the ability to crank now. All right, that's good enough. That confirms that we've got that resolved. It will crank now and start. And what remains is resolving the carburetor needle and seat failure that caused all this to begin with. So let's take down that carburetor next. All right, so taking down this carburetor, this little intake tube comes off with 7/16. This one's hard to get a wrench on. Breather tube in the back can unplug. I think I might get that easier with coming at it with a socket. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. This hose is a fuel tank vent, I think. Yeah, we can just move him out of the way. Let's see. Now, these are like these little bolts here on the top that hold these studs in. I think they're like 5/16. So we gotta get them. And again, I think it's a 10 mil. No, that's not it. Again, I think a socket is a good choice. All right. There's that guy. So that's that. I got to unplug the, here's a gasket came down. Save him. We'll unplug the anti-backfire solenoid right there. All that remains is the choke and the throttle linkages. There's the wire. There's the throttle. There's the choke. So he comes off. Again, to me, the fastest, simplest, cost-effective thing to do is to replace this. I don't want to take it apart, mess with it. I could do that. It might succeed, it might fail, and then we're back where we started. So I just want to try to get a replacement. This is the Nicky style. I'm going to try to get the Walbro style, which will fit up and work even better. So let me do that. A little poking around online to find the carburetor, order it, and we'll turn the camera back on when it's time to install it. I'll see you then. All right, I've had an interesting time since we last spoke. Put in this fuel valve, new fuel filter, turned the valve on, and nothing. It was barely trickling out. I ended up having to remove the fuel tank, clean it out, and in the bottom of the tank where the fuel exits the tank, it was just clogged up with debris that gets in there. I like the style of tank outlet where the outlet sits just a little bit above the bottom of the tank, so that sort of keeps the crud from getting in there. But anyway, new fuel, and now we're running. I like that a lot better, don't you? We're getting nothing before. All right, so we can complete this connection. We can turn on our fuel flowing to the carburetor, and you know it's flowing when the stem is in line with it's parallel to your fuel line, so that's good. We're about ready to start this thing up and see if it'll cooperate now. All right, I don't have the engine cover on or anything, but I think we've done enough that we can at least see if it'll start and run for us now. So without further ado, brake. Alright, not bad. Looks like we got some oil or residual in that muffler that's going to burn off for a little while, but it should be fine after that. Alright, my friends, that ends our work on the CRAFTSMAN MTD Troy Bill, whatever you want to call it. They're all the same. Lawnmower with the Hydrolocked engine. We dodged a bullet. We did not have to tear the engine apart, replace the cam gear with the compression release mechanism. I do have an engine over on the other side of the table that wasn't as lucky as this one, but new oil change, new carburetor, new spark plug. I ordered a new air filter too. That's coming. I just took it out and was doing mowing for 10 minutes or so. It's working great, and it's time to ship it, baby. Send it on down the line, because we got plenty of other projects that are demanding our attention. Thanks for watching today. Your comments, questions are always greatly appreciated in the discussion below. Please do all those things that help me out by liking, subscribing, whatever. Remember, guys, as I always like to say, you're always a wiener at Pedro's. See you next time. Bye.